Alright guys, today I'm going to be taking on a slightly different challenge for loadout building. Today I want to build a timeless loadout. Now, I already know that some people may ask the question of what do I mean by a timeless loadout. So for me, it's an aesthetic based on like certain color profiles. Now, what I've picked for this, as you'll see, is for me, timeless loadout based on a couple of things, and you can take it outside of CS2 as well. If you think of things that are timeless, I'll try and put some examples on screen now, it would be like this. And for me, three colors that we can use in CS to build this would be black, green, and gold. Absolute timeless colors that will always look good. So today, basically, we're building a black, a green, and gold loadout, but I think it's a sort of loadout that's just, if you play CS for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, whatever, the loadout will just always look good. So, with this in mind, you can see here, I've gone for the Nox gloves in field tested as my gloves, because obviously we're going black, green, and gold, and what makes sense to me is we go for the black base, and then we use the green and gold accents everywhere else to really tie things together. And then the knife that I've opted for this time is going to be a Finalizing Gamma Doppler Phase 2. This is $375. In fact, your new prices are accurate as of the 30th of July. And you know what? Obviously, you could go for like a Karamba Phase 2, but I wanted to go for one of the cheaper Phase 2 Gamma Dopplers. And then obviously, if you guys want to spend more on a better knife, you can. But this black and green already looks great. Now, specifically, this is for the T side. I've also introduced a CT knife this time. We're going all out and getting two different knives. So we got the green on one side, and on the other side, I'm going to go for the lower. This is the Bowie knife lower. Minimum wear will run you about $210. One thing I love about the Bowie lower is how much of that like Norse pattern you get up the blade. It looks incredibly good, and this is another reason why we're rocking the black gloves, because it's one pair of neutral gloves that's going to pair into the color theme and act as a good base for the green and the gold. Now, this doesn't mean we're doing gold CT and green T by any means, because obviously the gloves allow for flexibility, but you are going to have this CT knife and then the falchion on T. When it comes to the T agent, I've gone for Primario Tenete, I think that's how it's pronounced, is this guy here. He's a Brazilian guy with his nice little hat on. He's $19. You see, I actually quite like the sleeves that he gets here. These could be good for a camo themed loadout. But the big one for me here is going to be the T agent. It's going to be Bloody Darrell the Strapped, which obviously you can see here already. Those gold accents be looking really, really nice with the black gloves. Got the tattoos there as well. And then that's how he looks in game. So you got this lovely gold throughout. Main thing is what you can see as well, right? You got gold wristbands and all that goodness. $18. One of the best agents in the game, flat out. Before I dive into the weapon skins, I want to remind you guys to run the giveaway this week. It's for the M4A1S Nightmare in minimal wear. This one is 0.08 flow, so super clean. All you have to do is hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below with your favorite skin from today's video. Let's get back to it. So, Gamma Doppler Phase 2 for my Glock option. There could be no other option. I mean, arguments are there for the Ramirez's Reach, but I really wanted that green to stand out, and I think the Phase 2 does exactly that for us. We could look at Emerald, but I wanted to keep the price somewhat reasonable, and you'll see why in the future, but $65 for this is sweet. We do lean on the green onto black early for these weapons, because I think like for the USP, it just kind of has to be a monster mashup. $25 here for minimal wear. That green and then on that black looks incredibly good. Over on the P2000, I just try to keep it cheap and cheerful. I go for the Pulse. It's $1.90 in minimal wear. It's that black with the mix of greens and different palettes on it. Overall, it looks really good with the Nox. Now, we don't have a gold deagle, really, and we only have one green deagle, so it's going to be the Emerald Jörmungandr for my deagle choice here, which is $290 in factory new, but I've got to say, still one of my favorite deagle skins in the game. It looks incredibly good. Obviously, if you get a pattern that gets the Jörmungandr as well on parts of it, then that's an absolute win. But I think the black gloves as well, really, when you inspect this and use it in game, show it off very nicely. Now, this next skin might come as a surprise, because you guys know it's not my favorite in the game, but, and it's also very, very expensive, I do have an alternative for it. It's going to be the Gold Arabesque in minimal wear. This is $2,200 in minimal wear. This is a hell of a lot to pay for an in-game skin. Don't get me wrong. But how that gold looks with the black gloves, with then the gold accents, it just looks incredibly good. It's got nice markings on it. I think if you're going timeless loadout, and I'm really trying to play on this like black with the golds and the greens, because we don't really have a great green AK like that would fit this style, I think the Gold Arabesque is such a good pick. Now, if you're watching this and you like the idea of this loadout but don't want to spend this much on the skin, I can see if you like $2,000. Go get yourself a minimal wear fuel injector. Some people will actually argue, and I think rightly so, that this might look better than the gold RBS. So you can save $2 alone just by picking up a fuel injector in minimal wear for 190 instead. And actually, with the Nox and the gold, this actually looks kind of sick. I might have to put screenshots in for this. This looks very, very nice. Now, for the M4s, we're going to have the two skins that I used in my gold loadout. The first of which was the Golden Coil. This is minimum wear at $74. This is just such a good skin. Arguably S tier F4S skin. I love the detailing on it and how good the gold looks. And then my M4 A4 choice is going to be the Coalition. A very forgotten skin in minimal wear. This will run you $56. Black base, lots of gold, and then some blue accents. This is definitely pairing nicely with the gloves and what we're aiming for here. Now, for the op, I'd make the argument there's not really a gold op that's worth paying for. So instead, I'm going to go for a minimum wear containment breach here for $115. We're going to use the same op on both sides. I think it's one that obviously it's got the black, it's a mostly green skin, but with a lot of black accents and the black scope. So with the black gloves, it actually works really well. And now at this point, it's becoming a blend of my previous gold and my green loadouts, because this is a Hydra at $7.50 for minimal wear. You know, like what's not to love? Green skin, black accents, black gloves. I could waffle about this all day. Now, a Mac 10 that I actually really enjoyed using during my gold loadout phase was the gold brick. Like, just this vibe of just running guys down with a gold brick, it just hits different. I priced for a souvenir version here, which is $26 for the minimal wear. Now, for the P250, I've had to try and save money a little bit by going for field tests, but overall, I still think it looks like a really nice skin. It's $33 here for the Peps Curse from the Anubis collection. I would expect this price to gradually drop a little bit at this point. Obviously, it's not going to rapidly drop because the case has been out for so long now, but I think sub 30 at some point soon, but really nice skin. To kind of pair the AK, or the second choice of AK, we've got the fuel injector for the Type 9, $5.13 for minimal wear. This is one of my favorite Type 9 skins in the game. There's just something about the fuel injectors, they look so good. I mean, could you imagine a fuel injector deagle? Then we're going to go back to the gold vibes with the FAMAS here. Commemoration for $7.80 in minimal wear is just so good. Obviously, one of the big things with FAMAS, it really lacks a good green skin. So I'm happy that we've got an amazing gold skin to fill this space here that just pairs together so well. Another field test skin of choice is going to be the Eco. Now, this one, $4.30. I'm like 50-50 on it because I think this shade of green isn't the exact green I'd want for like a timeless vibe or pairing with the black, but it doesn't necessarily look bad. Obviously, if you get one with some wear on it and a higher float, maybe you put some darker stickers on it, like blacks or silvers, this could look quite nice. Now, I'll be honest, the 5.7 was kind of a struggle point to get anything noteworthy here, but I think the silver quartz in factory new for 40 cent. It's black out with those silver accents, matched with some of the sort of white accents of the Icarus on the clubs. Overall, you know, it does the job. The jewelries have a very cheap no-brainer in the Royal Consorts. Literally gets us that gold and the green exactly as we're after it, so I really cannot complain about this. On the SG, the best pick is going to be the Dragon Tech flat out. 64 cent in minimal wear for this green that stands out so well with the black gloves. Perfect. Now, for the AUG, this curved jade is going to run you $20, which is more than what the normal factory new cost is. I've priced for a lower float version here to try and remove as much of those scrapes as possible on the front. But you can see here, even on a high-low float, it still appears a little bit, but it's still definitely better than how much markings it would have otherwise. Our good old favourite XM Watchdog mix return, about $1.15 to $1.50, depending on the site you're buying it on. If you're wondering about sites, by the way, I'll have some sites linked down below that I recommend for buying and selling skins, so be sure to check those out. Yeah, Watchdog, $1.15, gets that lovely carved jade. Yes, it's bronze, not gold, but I think, regardless, really fits into the vibe that we're going for here. For the MP7, I do like the Nemesis. Now, I still run into the idea of, like, we're spending $6 on an MP7. Should we really be? Maybe not, but you know what? It looks so good with this loadout. I'm going to run with it. And then it's an easy pick for the last skin to complete this loadout. It's the Assassin's Scout, under $1 factory new. Obviously, different fade percentages, different patterns that you can get, so just check them before you buy them. But this will look so good with the loadout. Now, that is the loadout. If we're going to go cost-wise, full cost, if you have the gold RBS, is $3,960. It's an expensive loadout, but if you told someone like a 4K loadout with 2 different knives and like just S tier skins across the board, in the grand scheme of Counter-Strike, that's pretty solid. You can save $2,000 and get a fuel injector instead, which makes this loadout sub $2,000 to get 2 knives, a good pair of gloves in good condition, and like S tier skins. So like for me personally, I'd probably go for the fuel injector just because I think for $2,000 this is a sick loadout. But if you want to really fucking ball out, then obviously the code RBESK is there for you. Now I'm going to end the video there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this slightly different theme approach. We've kind of elevated. We used to do only 1 color, then we started doing 2 colors, and this time we've gone for like sort of 3 colors and mixing it where we can, which I think is really interesting. I think people should explore that more in Counter-Strike. We don't have to stick purely to 1 color on the loadout. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to the YouTube members that are supporting the channel. If you aren't aware, you can become a YouTube member by hitting the join button down below. When you hit the join button, it'll give you all the information about all the perks you get, and it's the best way to directly support me and the content I'm making. So for you guys already that are members, it is super appreciated. Thank you very much. I'm going to end it there. A reminder of the giveaway. Make sure you enter that. We'll pick the winner in a few days' time. I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.